And I want to end tonight's show with a story that we've been hoping that the world's leaders wake up to. I'm talking about the Tigray conflict in Ethiopia. We've been reporting on it for quite some time now. A few days back, we told you how rape was being used as a tool of war here. The United Nations released some disturbing reports about rampant use of sexual violence from both sides that are involved in the conflict. An Ethiopian minister has admitted that security forces were involved. Filsan Abdullani Ahmed, the Minister of Women, Children and Youth, said that the government task force in Tigray has quote-unquote established that rape has taken place conclusively and without a doubt. And now some satellite images have emerged. They show hundreds of buildings gutted. Here's a report on how the casualties of Tigray conflict may be much bigger than what the world sees right now.
These satellite images have been released by Planet Labs. They show at least 508 structures that have been destroyed by fire. The ash circles are indicative of roof collapse and debris from burnt walls and ceilings. The absence of fire clusters or scorch marks connecting the burnt buildings suggests that it's unlikely that the fires were accidental. This was an international effort to destroy civilian areas. Nobody knows who's behind the fires. Since 2020, the Tigray region has been embroiled in an armed conflict. A war between the Tigray People's Liberation Front and forces supporting Ethiopian Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed. The government of Abiy Ahmed says the war has ended. In November, it declared victory over the regional force and withdrew its fighters. But the United Nations Human Rights Council says sporadic fighting continues in parts of Tigray, and that the situation is still extremely grave.
The situation is extremely grave in Tigray, and hundreds of thousands of people need life-saving assistance. Eritrean refugees, many of whom have been caught in the crossfire. Especially when we look at the two Eritrean refugee camps in the northern parts of Tigray.
The eyewitness accounts are chilling. Many call it a genocide.
It is genocide because everywhere we see the Amhara being killed. Actually, I lived with Shinasas, but they selected and attacked me.
Ethiopians across the world want leaders to wake up to these human rights violations. On Wednesday, hundreds of protesters held a demonstration outside the White House, calling on the American government to intervene in the ongoing war.
We haven't been able to speak to our family members since November. We don't know if they're doing okay. We don't know if they have any access to food, medication, water.
They're trying to cleanse Tigrayan ethnic groups that reside in the Tigray region.
Ethiopia is in urgent need of a political solution. The rebels say their patience is wearing thin. They want the government to stop bombing its own country. The government says it is only clamping down on terror, accusing the regional forces of endless provocation. The people of Ethiopia are suffering in this endless war. Ethnic tensions have reached a tipping point. The world must act before this conflict spills over to the rest of the country. Bureau Report, WION World is One.
WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.